back at last. Several of the thieves have surrendered and offered statements of confession. I've been reading them. Interesting indeed. The automatons cost the city a fortune to build. No doubt their components sold for a hefty sum. If the gent is actually selling them, that is.
You don't think he means to sell the automaton parts?
Well, if he was raising money to fund his illegal operations, there are less convoluted ways of doing so. I hypothesize that he's trying to get a closer look at our automatons. To what end, I cannot say.
So I trust we can count on your vote?
I am a goblin of my word. Of course, you will have my vote. And one thing more. Legally speaking, you were deputized by a Meister to administer discretionary justice. In other words, I owe you fair recompense. And with this, our contract regarding the matter of the missing automatons is complete. Do remember that this payment is taxable income.
Of course. The Legion isn't above the law.
Good. I'll have my assistant deliver all the necessary paperwork to the chapter house. Taxes are due second day of Spring Harrow. At some point, I'll send over an assessor to determine how much of the causeway is considered taxable acreage. Now, if you'll give me a moment, I'll find the sub-schedule for arcane expenses. Hold on. Let me see where I put that.
Ah, the envoy from the Legion. Is there something else you need?
What can we do to win your vote? And
But I shall respect...
I won't take...
You'll have my vote. It's the others who will need convincing.
Can you tell me anything about the other Meisters? Anything that might help me convince them?
Meister Grimmelhaus, the mayor, he'll vote with the majority. Always does. So it comes down to the other three. Castle, Mudgutter, and Fiddlewick.
Can you tell me anything about Meister Castle?
He's a hard-bitten man. Likes nothing so much as sweat on a workman's brow. Castle is the guild master of ironmongers. The most powerful guild in Stonebridge, I dare say.
Thanks. That's...
No trouble at all.
During the council meeting, you said something about the dapper old gent.
Understand, what I tell you now must be held in the strictest confidence. For a great many years, Stonebridge has been haunted by a most elusive villain. He appears out of thin air, wherever and whenever he likes. Confounds my constables at every turn. Even the automatons, mind you.
What crimes has he committed?
Theft, sabotage, wanton destruction of city property. Lately, his schemes have taken a sinister turn. Less thieving and more mayhem. Almost as if he hates Stonebridge and all its people. All the scoundrels of the city worship him. They serve him as eyes and ears.
You employ automatons as town constables?
Indeed. They're disciplined, tireless, and they follow orders without question. Far better than the lazy lugs that we used to employ. When I finally won the first constable's chair, I sacked a lot of them. Ah!
Does this man have a proper name?
Only a few witnesses have seen him, but they all say that he's exquisitely dressed, an elderly gentleman of quality. Someone started calling him the dapper old gent. The name stuck.
Enough about the gent for now.
Right. Something else you need?
We'll talk again later.
Capital. I'll look forward to it.
Well, look at that sprocket! A magic command from afar can click this little widget in place and disable conflict resolution inhibitors. Clever indeed, but I'm sure I could craft a countermeasure. Listen to me ramble. Here's your reward. Now, if you'll pardon me, I need to formulate my schematics. Good day.
Sorry, my friends, the Foundry is closed for an undefined amount of time. We do regret any inconvenience this may cause.
Meister Castle told us that your Cyclops workers have taken over the Foundry.
The Cyclopses have gone mad. They've killed a few of our foremen, and the gears of the Foundry have stopped. We spotted goblin agitators inside as well. And if that wasn't enough, the fire elementals that power our furnaces have gotten loose.
I need to ask you a few questions before I go inside.
Of course, anything. Just ask.
These goblin agitators you mentioned, do you know who hired them, or what their plan is?
They wore no official heraldry and made no statements of allegiance. We give tours of the Foundry. I'm sure that's how they got in. The Cyclopses haven't killed them, so for all we know, they're working together. Perhaps they incited this madness.
How exactly did these Cyclopses get into the Foundry in the first place?
Oh, they've been here for years. And in all this time, they've tirelessly tended the Foundry without complaint or commotion. This caught us all by surprise. One moment they were working peacefully, the next, wanton violence.
Do you have any idea why your workers would take over the Foundry?
The Night Foreman? The man in charge when this uprising began? I'm afraid he's dead. All our efforts have gone into evacuating the wounded and making sure the Cyclopses don't escape into the city. We're short on facts.
We're ready to help. What would you have us do?
Our attempts to parley have ended in bloodshed. You'll need to pacify them by force. I don't want the Cyclopses eliminated. I just want them to go back to work. So find their leader and humble him. The sooner the Foundry is back in operation, the better. If you can restart any of the gear works below, that would also be a great help.
Pardon me, I'm still a bit jumpy. What with the Cyclops revolt?
Step cautious there, Legionnaire. Several of my men never made it out of the Foundry.
I've seen fire jackals down there glowing so hot, even the Cyclopses can't control the beasts.
Probably stating the obvious. Let's ignore those ground rates. They've locked up those fire jackals. Maybe they'll cause some trouble to let them out.
One more down.
Please help. The Cyclopses have gone mad. They locked us in here and dragged my men off to Azanai knows what awful fate.
I'll free your men. Do you know where they were taken?
The Cyclopses took them. Over there, past the fire grates, on the other side of the chamber. I don't know what they're planning, but those two are like brothers to me. Please, will you help them? Did you find my men? Are they all right?
No, I haven't found them yet.
Please hurry. I'm afraid the Cyclopses have some dire plan for them.
Saints bless him. I knew Obert would send someone for me. Thank you, stranger. Now, I'm gonna make a run for it while I still can.
Thought I was a goner for sure. I need to get to the surface and let my family know that I'm not dead. I owe you one, Legionnaire.
So you are the ones who fight for the Ironmonger dogs. This Foundry is ours now. We'll never be slaves again. For my brothers! We will not be oppressed! Why do you fight us? What have we done to you?
You murdered defenseless men. The Ironmongers asked us for help.
We did not attack them. It was self-defense. They made slaves of us. The paper told us we deserved better.
What paper are you talking about?
An old man gave the paper to me. He called it a manifesto. He said we deserve a better life. We have the right to refuse to work, to demand better pay.
If you tell your brothers to stand down, we'll talk to Meister Castle.
I will trust you to go to the Ironmongers, to decide how best to end this fight. It is only by your mercy that we live. We will accept whatever judgment you make.
Why doesn't anyone listen to reason before we beat them half to death?
Surely you must be joking, Meister Fiddlewick. I shall not reward the slaying of my guild members with salaries and contracts. If these beasts weren't vital to the operation of the Foundry, I'd charge every one of them with murder, and they could all go to the gallows.
Funny that you mention legal action. Last I recall, slavery was a criminal offense in Stonebridge. Shall we take this matter to the courts?
The Cyclops has agreed to stop fighting if I speak to you on their behalf.
You... what? What nonsense is this?
Meister Castle is an endless font of courtesy and grace. Go ahead. Thank the Legion for saving your lives.
Yes, thank you for ending the violence. But what do you mean you speak for them? Those beasts are making demands?
The Cyclopses have a manifesto of demands. They want better treatment from now on.
A manifesto? What kind of nonsense is that?
An old man gave it to them. Do you know anyone with a grudge against your guild?
An old man? The dapper old gent, no doubt. When Wolf hears about this, he's going to give me the "I told you so" of a lifetime.
Why would the dapper old gent care about the Foundry?
The whole economy of Stonebridge rests on the power of the foundries, churning gears, and the cheap metal goods that our forges provide.
The economy of Stonebridge hinges on its workers, not your machines. But yes, the Foundry is a crucial part of our supply chain.
The Foundry needs to reopen one way or another. I speak for the Cyclopses, so whatever I say, they will honor.
Well then, something good came of all this violence. My good Legionnaire, tell the Cyclopses that they may resume work as salaried employees.
Shut your goblin spout! They agreed long ago to servitude as payment for their crimes. They cannot just ignore a contract.
Meister Castle, you said the Cyclopses agreed to servitude?
Years ago, long before the Legion fell, a tribe of Cyclopses wandered down from the mountains and raided the town. At great cost, the people of Stonebridge bested them. Their chieftain agreed to a lifetime of servitude to spare his people from the noose. Yes, I profit from their work, but so does the whole city. A contract is a contract. We can't ignore rules and laws, not even old ones.
Meister Fiddlewick, you clearly favor the Cyclopses. I'd like to hear your side of the argument.
For years, this city has flourished, largely at the expense of the Cyclopses, slaving away in the Foundry. Castle used you. He told you the Cyclopses had gone mad so you would enforce his profit margin. Why do you think he lied to you? There is nothing subtle about my argument. The Cyclopses are thinking, reasoning beings and should not be slaves to any man or goblin.
I've heard enough. I'm ready to decide.
My hands are tied. The Cyclopses will listen to you and you alone now that you've beaten them. I pray you make the right choice.
And I, for one, respect the old tradition of letting the Legion be the mediators of best resort. I know you will choose rightly.
The Cyclopses acted in self-defense. They must be given fair wages and treated with respect.
What? Nonsense! The Cyclopses are bound by an agreement. If you wanted my vote, you just lost it. Bah! Tell them I will negotiate their wages. This decision is foolish, but I won't have the Cyclopses leave. The city needs them.
He'll calm down eventually. But you have my thanks, and I pledge my vote to you when the time comes.
Terribly sorry. Meister Castle has insisted that we have no further dealings with the Legion. Castle believes you capitulated to the demands of thugs. But I am grateful for your help. More of our colleagues would surely have died if not for you.
We fixed the gears as well as we could. The Foundry is impressive when it comes to life.
True. The whole city relies on the power of our furnaces and gears. Here is a little something for your trouble.
Did you find my men? Are they all right?
Yes, they're safe.
They are? Hazanai bless you, and all the saints as well. I wish I had more to reward you with, but this is all I can give.
You're very generous. I just want to settle this quickly so you can all get back to your work.
And so do I, my friend. So do I.
I'm glad I caught you. There's trouble all over Stonebridge. The automatons, they've gone mad. They're tearing the city apart.
Everything was quiet a few hours ago.
One moment they were fine, the next they just changed. As if someone took control of them. It's been less than an hour, and they've already taken the main square. They're fighting like an army, working together, attacking every person they see.
What happened to all the people?
They're hiding indoors. A few are still on the street, and I'm trying to keep them safe. We're sheltering people in the chapter house, too. Odo's barred the doors.
All right. What's our plan?
The automatons are headed for the city hall. You've got to warn the Meisters. Save them if you can. I'll be all right. Go.
Using automatons to slaughter helpless people. This is the work of a coward. Now this should be a shadow.